I think that's it. Okay. So, we're going to start laying on our backs today, but I wanted to, our class today is going to be all about being grateful. I shared with a couple of you that, well, first of all, I'm in New York, and I've gotten to see a lot of old friends, and I was with my cousins the past couple of days. And I mean, there's nothing like being with family, and good friends. And I just felt extremely grateful for their love and support, and. So I said, well, today I'm gonna dedicate my practice to my cousin who has Parkinson's. He's not doing that well, but his wife is a champ. I don't know how she does it. So I'd like to dedicate my practice to Chuck. And it's going to be all about gratitude. Okay. So I want to share with a quote with you. A person who is grateful never experiences lack of anything. When gratitude in you stays, that very gratitude flows out of you as grace. So Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. Okay. Beautiful. And maybe having gratitude is part of having a positive attitude. But I was reading a study last night also that says gratitude is very important for our health and well-being. Counting your blessings and giving thanks regularly may lead to increased and sustained happiness, a stronger immune system, which, we're going into flu season now on top of our COVID pandemic, increased energy and creativity, improved quality of sleep, of course, a deeper feeling of connection with others, and more. Okay, so we're going to start out on our back for warm up. And I'm going to stay closer to the camera until we stand up. So you can have your legs bent or straight. And just connect with the mat. Be present. Put this hour or so aside for our approach to maintaining health and wellness. Now, thanks to my yoga anatomy coloring book, I know that the diaphragm is a muscle that is those lower ribs, those 5 ribs on the lower rib cage are in contact with the diaphragm. So just notice your breathing. Don't create a pattern. Don't be counting breaths or anything like that. Just notice your breathing and just think of one something or one someone that you're grateful for. We're all blessed so very much. We can surely exhibit our gratitude. Feel the belly rising and lowering. Feel your shoulders and hips.
Teachers that was on.
Okay, sorry. Somebody was there. Just be comfortable. And let that gratitude fill the body up from toes to head. Feeling healthy, feeling joyful. Approaching the present moment with gratitude and grace. If you set an intention for your practice or you'd like to remember someone sending energy out to them. Can do that now. Gives you a chance to let it settle in your bones, settle in your subconscious. When you come off the mat, you carry it with you. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. Feel the breath coming in and out the nose. If you can, breathe through the nose the whole time. Don't hold your breath. That sets us up for possible injury because your muscles tense when you hold your breath, and we don't want to do that, okay? So I invite you to just breathe naturally. Notice the breath around the rims of the nostrils. And then leaving the left leg straight or bent. Let's bring up the right leg very gently now because we're still warm, we're just warming up. Gently but evenly press that thigh into the belly. Flex the foot. Little isometrics going on for the arms. And again, continue your breathing. Breathing is really important, not just because if we stop, it's a problem, but we're oxygenating the body. We're helping to move the lymph through the lymphatic system. It gives us something to focus on when we're a little offbeat, when we're distracted. And then let that right leg go. And just point the sole of your foot up to the ceiling. Point and flex that foot, okay? Feel the muscles in your leg. Bring your awareness to the muscles in your leg rather than the foot. It's really interesting. Pointing and flexing, just a couple more times. And then rotating that ankle. So in my yoga coloring book, I found out last night that there's 26 bones in each foot. That's a lot of bones. And rotate that ankle the other way. If you need to support your leg, go ahead. Okay. And then bring that leg down. Again, you can have the right leg bent or straight. Bring the left knee up. Bring that thigh right into the abdomen. Good, nice, deep belly breaths here, stimulating the abdominal organs, okay? Now, you know from our lymphatic class that the lymph system doesn't have a pump like the circulatory system. So we need to squeeze and soak. We need to move the lymph around. And the more we can do that, the healthier our immune system is going to be. Don't let your shoulders creep up. Soften the shoulders, soften the face. And let's bring that left foot up, kind of point that sole of that foot right on the ceiling. Point and flex. I'm going to take good care of our feet. Let's just do one more point and flex. Come to center and then just rotate that ankle. Our joints keep us moving. You've got to give love to those joints. And one more rotation in this direction, then let's pause and go back in the other direction. Bring that foot down, maybe shake it out. My ankles hurt when I do that. As a matter of fact, pick your feet up off the mat and do this. So non-weight bearing lubrication for the knees. Okay? Lubrication for the knees. Just a little bit. Again, this is great for moving lymph. And then come to center, separate your knees a little bit and circle the feet so that we're sort of circling that those bones in the knee joints. Okay. Have a friend who just had a knee replacement last week. No, it's her first joint replacement. She babied it for a long time. So she made it quite a while. Let's pause. Go the other way. Circle the whole from your toes to your knees now. Try and keep your hips still. Press your lower back into the mat. Couple more rotations. And then bring the feet down. Just rest for a moment. Feel the sensations in your legs. Feel the sensations in your legs. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Just enjoy a passive stretch for the inner thighs just for a moment. And we're going to pump up the volume here for the inner thighs. On your next inhale, bring the feet up, soles still touching. Reach for your feet, and then lay yourself back down again. Okay? Supine butterfly. Let those legs soften. Let those legs soften and release. That's how we stretch the muscles, getting them warmed up for our standing poses. You can bring your feet in. Once you're a little bit more comfortable, you can use a little bit of pressure to bring your feet closer, maybe intensify that stretch. And letting the feet go gently. Let's not let the legs snap out there too badly. Okay? Oh, I'm going to do a little calisthenics. And we're just going to bring in turn the right leg up, the left leg up. Again, oiling the knees, keep the feet flexed. A little bit of quad work here as well. Oh, crack. One more on each side. Okay, let's place the right ankle over the left knee and just let that, getting into the hip flexors now. Let that right knee hang out. You want to really intensify this stretch. You pick up the left leg, bring it closer to the face. Okay, can push the right knee away while pulling the right foot towards your face. Big sciatic stretch here. Don't overdo it. It's not worth it. Okay, just get yourself to the edge here. Nice sciatic stretch. In October, when the temperatures finally drop, is when we're very vulnerable to sciatica. So we want to make sure that nerve has enough room in that gluteus to be unimpinged. Okay? Let's bring the left foot down if it was up and just change legs. Left ankle over right knee. Press that leg out. Open up that hip flexor. If this is enough for you, stay right here. Okay? You want to pump it up a little bit, just raise the right foot. Keep both feet flexed when they're in the air like this. Protecting the knee. Pull gently the left foot toward the face, the left thigh away from the face. So we're increasing the stretch in the gluteus muscles. Again, making room for that sciatic nerve to go from the spinal cord through the buttocks, down all the way down the legs to the ankle. That's why sciatica is so overwhelming. Okay, we want a nice clear pathway for that nerve. All right, let's bring that foot down and grasp your elbows. Right elbow with the left hand, left elbow with the right hand. And just gently, you can bring your head along with it. Bring left forearm, left upper arm to the floor, and then crack, opposite, okay? You can let your head come with you. You don't have to, but massaging the back of the neck or the back of the head, okay? Getting a little twist in the, not a twist, little movement in the neck, okay? Open up the shoulder. So I'm opening up my left shoulder as my right arm comes down and vice versa, okay? Let's do a couple more. And then come to center and bring your feet out wide, maybe to the edges of your mat. And this time you can either bring your knees to the same side or to the opposite side, giving yourself a twist. Okay, so it's up to you. I'm doing opposite. My legs are going left, my arms are going right. All right, we want to hit those 6 critical movements of the spine. Flexion forward, flexion laterally, twisting, okay, and extension, so back bends. We're going to do all of that today. Okay. Let's do one more on each side. And then bring your arms down and just leave your legs out, okay? Bring your knees to the right. Let them come down. Give yourself a round of breath here. And then, so our knees are to the right. What we're going to do is we're going to take this left hip flexor and point it toward the corner of the room. Okay, point it toward the corner of the room. So we're pressing down on the inside edge of the left foot. All right. Keep your shoulders on the mat. So again, a little tiny twist and opening up that hip flexor. Now, nice and gently, legs come to the left. Okay. Take that right hip flexor, point it toward the corner of the room. Squeeze the glute. We got, 20 muscles around the hips, really a critical area of the body. And let's just go back and forth at your own pace. When you get your knees over to the side, you're going to engage those hip flexors, press the inner edge of the foot down into the mat, and just enjoy. Again, a little bit of a twist, keeping both shoulders on the mat. And come on to center. Again, legs bent or straight, depends on how your back feels, okay? Let's bring the arms up, perpendicular to the floor and just rotate the wrists. Again, another little joint that we definitely want to keep mobile and flexible. Mobile and flexible. Doesn't it infuriate you when you can't open a bottle, or take a bottle cap and twist it off, or a pickle jar cap? Oh, let's go the other way. There's all kinds of contraptions to help. Like to get frustrated. Okay, so you can bring your arms down. Okay, you don't have to hold them up in the air, but let's make gentle fists and just get into that skin between the fingers. Maybe curl the fingers in and out, curling them in and out. And again, just like when we were flexing our feet, feel the muscles in your forearms. So it's not just our hands that are working here. Feel those muscles in the forearms move and contract. And let's lower those arms down just for a moment. Bring them out to a T, and then bringing them up so they're, shoulder width apart. Now we're squeezing our pectoral muscles here on the side of our chest. So we're really not using our arm strength. We're squeezing that muscle there. Okay, just a couple of times, getting into the shoulder a little bit now. Okay. Really feeling that muscle on the side of the chest, engaging to bring those arms. You don't have to touch the floor when you come back. A little bit of resistance is good at your own pace. Okay? Working from toe to head this morning. Warming up, getting that synovial fluid to move and lubricate the joints. Really important, okay? You don't have to twist ourselves into a pretzel to get the benefits of yoga. Let's do one more here, and then relax for a moment. Okay. Let's come to seated just for a moment so we can do some shoulder rolls. Okay. So seated, however's comfortable for you. And let's bring the shoulders up and down again. Don't snap them up and down. Nice and deliberate. Use the muscles in your back to pull those shoulders back. Squeeze up, engage muscular energy, and then push down or pull down using the lateral muscles in the back. Okay. Get rid of that back fat. Okay. Couple more. And then rolling the shoulders forward. Coming to center and then rolling the shoulders back. You can open the chest a little bit here and round the back. A little bit of cat and cow here, okay? And let's really get into the shoulders now. If this bothers you, please do not do it. The rotator cuff and the shoulder joint are very complicated, and we want to be careful. We want to exercise them, we want to move them, but we want to be careful too. So big circles, as big as you can, if this is in your practice. Okay. Nice range of motion here, so important. All right. If you've had rotator cuff surgery or a shoulder replacement, you know that this was your goal after rehab. I've had both done, and boy, when you're going through it, you think you're never going to get there. Okay, let's come to stillness here for a second and just go the other way. Okay. Isn't it wonderful to be able to move like this without pain? And just think of all the other things we can do with our healthy bodies. One more here. Let's go around one more time. And let's just spend a moment on the neck, very gently looking side to side. Let's come to center. Just tip the chin down to the chest and then look forward. I do not advocate raising your eyes any higher than just below where the wall and the ceiling meet. Never look up at the ceiling. There's nothing interesting up there anyway, okay? Couple more. And coming to center. Okay. Let's drop the head. Sorry. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Feel the stretch in the left side of the neck. Pressing that left palm down. Engage the arm. And coming to center. Coming over to the other side. And before we stand up, let's squeeze in two more movements of the spine. So come to table. Check your alignment. Make sure the bones are stacked for safety. And as we inhale, tipping the tailbone up, extending the spine backward. Again, I do not advocate lifting your eyes off of the floor. Maybe they're 3 or 4 feet in front of you, but that's all I recommend. And exhaling into cat, really open up that back. Look back through your legs. If you can see your feet, move them out. Move them out wider. And at your own pace, just a few cat and cow here. Two extremely critical movements of the spine. Extension and flexion, forward flexion. Let's come to center. Let's do the lateral flexion, okay? So we're looking back first to the left leg, then the right leg, or right leg and then left leg, doesn't matter. Curve that spine. If our spines are happy, we are happy. The command center of the body. How about one more on each side? And then just kind of center yourself here. And let's come up to standing. Be careful if you get lightheaded at all. Okay. And let's come into mountain. Okay. Feet hip distance apart. Sufreed, if you're on, balance your weight to the four corners of your feet. We talked about this week. Okay. And feel centered. Engage the legs. Bottom half of the body securely connected to the earth. Top half of the body floating out of the waistband. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. I was researching Anjali Mudra last night. Usually we press our palms together. Anjali Mudra, you put the heels of your palms together, your fingertips, like you're holding a little bird. When I went to visit my friend Sue on Tuesday, she had a beautiful backyard with a beautiful feeder and all these birds, including beautiful yellow goldfinches or goldfinches. Make sure, let's pretend we have a little tiny goldfinch in our hands. Okay. So when we do Anjali Mudra, remember to connect the lower body, connects our left and right brain. Okay. Represents coming together of dualities, the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine energy, the sun and the moon. So again, repeat your thoughts about someone or something that you can be grateful for. Gives us composure, centering, coming back to our hearts. Just a round of breath here, inhale and exhale. And then bringing the arms up to the ceiling for an extended mountain. So keep those shoulders down, okay? Open up that heart and again, feel the grounding in the legs, okay? Ground and receptivity, open to the universe, open to that gratitude, flowing in. Feel hopeful and grateful. Feel a sense of purposeness and oneness. I love it. Just one more round of breath here. On your next inhale, straighten up, engage those legs again. And on the next exhale, let's bring our arms down. Okay. Standing forward fold. Now, I always talk about standing forward fold as the pose of acceptance and patience. Okay? We're going to flex forward. We're going to try and we're going to move toward maximum flexion of the spine forward. Okay? So we're going to release our spine. Take a nice inhale here. You can bring your arms up if you want to, or not, doesn't matter. And hinging at the hips, maybe a little micro bend in the knees. We're going to bring the crown of our head toward the mat. When you feel resistance, just stop. Trust your feet. When we inhale, we might lengthen. Don't have to halfway tilt, you can, okay? But coming down, soften those quadriceps at the top. That releases the lower back, okay? Now allow worries and negativity to just roll right off your back. Rolling down the spine, feeling renewal and gratitude. Let that spine flex. So we have an extra added bonus of a stretch in the hamstrings. Doesn't matter how much or how little you bend your knees. It's all according to your practice. But again, imagine those worries and that negativity rolling down your spine, through your head, onto the floor and away. Little bit of a balance challenge here. Bend the knees and come up to the balls of the feet. Okay. Try and lift your fingertips off the mat. Bring those shoulders down. Now you can either come up on the balls of your feet, which is really a big challenge, or you can put your heels down and just rise to standing. I'm going to try it on the balls of my feet. I don't know if I can do it. I had to do it quickly. Okay. All right. So we're going to come into a warrior one stance. For those of you who may be a little bit more beginnery, I was trained at Kripalu, and in Kripalu, we did warrior one with our back foot, the toes pointed forward and the heel up. Okay, a more traditional warrior one is the foot, the foot at about 45 degrees. Okay, and the whole foot down on the mat. So it's a little bit easier to balance when you do that. But I'm going to stick with my training. Okay, the goal is to have a flat thigh here, which I don't get to, but that's okay. All right. So this is a hip opener. Feel the left hip flexor. Okay, feel that open. Okay. Knee over shoelaces. Shoulders back and down. Distribute your weight so you're not dumping into that front quadricep. Okay. Let's inhale our arms to the sky again to receive, to be receptive. You might imagine that you're reaching for someone. I FaceTimed with my grandson yesterday or the day before, and I wanted to reach right through that camera. Haven't seen him in 8 months. Okay. Now getting your balance, getting your stability here. Let's bow and surrender, humble warrior. Okay. Bow and surrender, doesn't matter how far you come down. You can also bring your hands like yoga mudra behind your back and up. I can't do that because of my rotator cuffs. I'm going to place my fingertips gently on the mat and bow in humble surrender. Again, worries, negativities, rolling off the spine onto the floor. On your next inhale, coming up, perhaps placing your hands on the right thigh. Steady yourself, shoulders down, proud warrior one. On your next inhale, bring the arms up and exhale the arms down. And bring the feet together, okay? Let's bring the left leg forward. I'll go this way, okay? Left leg forward. That knee is over the foot. Again, this hip is open. So whether you're following the Kripalu method of all the toes, all 10 toes forward, or you're following the back foot flat on the mat, okay? Again, center that weight so that one leg doesn't get the burden, and bring the abs in and up. Let the shoulders come down on the next inhale. Arms up for receptivity. We might even open our arms to a T with the palms up, receiving from the universe. Now again, going into humble warrior, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and bring your arms up in a yoga mudra move. Okay. I'm going to, again, come down. You come down on the inside of your leg. Come down as far or not. Okay. In humble warrior. Bowing and surrendering. And surrendering doesn't mean giving up like it does in a battle. Surrendering means being open to the moment. Letting what is happening happen. Okay. Letting what is happening happen without judgment, without criticism. And on your next inhale, bringing yourself up. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhaling the arms up perhaps just for one more time. And exhaling and springing forward. Woo, shake those legs out. Going back to the right foot in front now. Bring that right foot out, left foot behind. Again, bending that front knee. So we're going to go down into runner's lunge. You've got a lot of options here, okay, but toes are forward. Toes are forward, you're up on the ball of the foot, back foot. You can bring your knee down. Matter of fact, it's a little bit easier to stretch that hip, to stretch that psoas on the left-hand side if you've got your knee down, okay? So inhaling, lengthening the spine, finding length in that spine. And exhaling forward, feel that hip open. So the knee is off to the left in the left lane, and your femur, your quadricep is angled. Okay, but the front leg is at 90, but most likely when we exhale and drive forward to get into the right hip as well, our knee is coming past our toes. It's okay, because we're very supported here. Let's do another round of breath right here. And then you have a couple options here. We're going to go into pyramid, or we're just going to straighten the front leg. So if you just want to straighten the front leg, okay, you can come back or you can sit back, or you can come back on this back foot and straighten the leg. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling. Again, letting go, pyramid pose. Up to you. Figure out what's best in your practice. Press that back foot. If you're positioned like I am, press that back foot into the mat. Feel the calf engage. Little micro bend in the front knee maybe. Bowing and surrendering. On your next inhale, come on up. Bring the feet out to the sides, okay? Press the outer edges of the feet onto the mat. That rounds up your arches. We don't want hard arches. They hurt. They affect our gait, and so they affect our whole alignment. On an inhale, lengthen up. Find that length from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And then starting to press the sit bones back. Come to a flat, back. On the inhale, spread the sit bones. Make sure the shoulder blades are coming together, opening up the chest. And on the exhale, Coming forward, rounding the back, rounding that spine, crown of the head coming toward the mat, getting an inversion here. Letting that blood nourish the head, the face, the hair. Okay. Again, you can have a little bend in the knees. Just work it out according to your practice. Sit bones driving toward that back wall. Take a nice rounded breath right here. Feel the inversion. Feel the strength in your legs. And then bending the legs, walking the feet over to the left now for a low lunge on the left. So again, I'm going to bring my back knee down. My front knee is over my ankle for now. Top of my foot on the mat. When I inhale, I'm going to come up and find length in the body all the way from this hip up to the crown of my head. On the exhale, I'm going to push forward. Gently, but with some pressure, stretching that psoas, stretching the hips. Nice deep breaths here. Nice deep breaths. And again, your choice. Straightening out the left leg. If you're down here, flex the foot. Okay? You can sit down if that's in your practice. Or you can come up into a more traditional pyramid, straightening that left leg. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, bowing over that leg. You can have a bend in the knee or not. Don't hyper lock your knee though. Make sure your ears aren't creeping too close to your shoulders. Press the back foot into the mat. Feel that right calf muscle. Nice deep breaths. You might even, if your belly is contacting your left thigh, might even get a little abdominal organ stimulation here. Nice deep breaths. Keep moving. And again, walking our toes forward. Maybe you want to even stay down here. It's up to you. I'm going to do a halfway tilt. My hands to my hip creases, driving those shoulders, driving those sit bones back, separating the sit bones. Separating the sit bones. On my next exhale, I'm going to melt forward. Looking back through the legs. I'm not going to tip my head that way because it's too far away from the microphone. Again, enjoying this inversion. Giving our heart a little break. Pressing the outer edges of the feet. If you want to see your arches round up, take a look at your arches. Press the outer edges of your feet and look at those arches round up. Look at those arches round up. And then bending the knees maybe slightly, coming up. Watch your blood pressure here, especially if you have low blood pressure. You might feel a little woozy. Get acclimated to standing. Okay. Maybe shake out the legs a little bit. So after class, I talked to Annie Roberts last week, and she was asking me about eagle pose. So I researched it because we were both confused about if you're standing on your right leg, which arm is on top? Well, it's really easy, yay. So if we pour our weight over to the right leg here and pick a lower body position, okay? You could be in a mountain pose. It doesn't matter, all right? Eagle takes a lot of concentration. It really involves the whole body, but you can pick your stance. Ball of the foot on the floor, Foot raised and flexed, foot over the knee. Of course, the full expression is the knees are crossed and the left foot is wrapped around the right ankle. There's no way in heck I'm ever going to be able to do that. My bones are this long, so it's not going to work. So you pick your stance, okay? I'm going to pick something really easy so I can talk and do everything. So pick your lower body position. Bring your arms. Actually, the way I was researching it, your arms, instead of doing this, okay, they depicted the pose as bringing your arms out straight. If you're on your right leg, the right arm is on top, crossing at the elbows, attempting to bring the palms together. Okay, my arms don't work that way, but your arms might. All right, so this is a balance challenge, especially depending on where you have your left leg. Opening up those shoulders in the back big time. Making space in the back. Remember, there's a lot of lung tissue in our backs, in our posterior. Okay, in the posterior plane, I think it is. All right, you can lift the elbows up for a little bit different stretch. If you can't, if that's not tolerable, just bring your right hand to your left elbow, your left shoulder. Your left hand to the right shoulder. Give yourself a hug. Be grateful for yourself as well as the other people in your life. And we call this grateful eagle. When we do our spirit animal yoga, this is grateful eagle. Coming out of the pose whenever you need to, I'm going to disengage my arms, bring them down, shake out my standing leg, okay? Now the other side may be completely different. Maybe you can choose a different body position, okay? So I might amp it up a little bit, okay? And just flex my foot and bring my thigh parallel to the floor. Now my left leg is the standing leg. So the left arm gets its chance to be on top, okay? Lifting the elbows up, big shoulder stretch. Try to focus your gaze, establish a drishti, a soft gaze on something that's not moving, okay? And again, in shoulder challenged people, give yourself a little hug. Everybody can hug themselves. And my left ankle is calling out to me. So that's the end of eagle. Okay. Okay, we're just going to do a quick quad stretch. Can be a balance challenge as well. Okay. So left or right, doesn't matter. And you can use your strap here, holding the top of the foot with the hand. Oh, make sure you bring your knees together and point your left knee toward, the knee that's bent, the leg that's bent, that knee to the ground. Big, big, big quad stretch. You can challenge yourself a little bit by opening up that shoulder and doing a back extension. You could go into dancer, which I'm not going to do, but you can, okay? Pressing the foot into the hand into the foot. A little bit of a back bend here. And coming down before we fall down. Okay, quad stretch on the other side. This is my wobbly side, my left leg. So get steady. Go to the wall if you need to. Bring the heel toward the buttock. You can lift your opposite hand like I'm doing. Make sure you're bringing the shoulder blades together. Again, if you want to do a back bend or go into dancer, perfect opportunity. Keep that knee close to the other leg though, close to the midline of the body. We don't want to be out here. Okay, that's an opportunity for an accident. Coming down, shaking out the legs. Let's come down, okay? Knees about, 2 fists apart, okay? Yikes. That quad stretch was really something. So in camel, we practice vulnerability and courage. Why? Because we're opening our heart. And sometimes that can feel really scary, okay? But we're finding gratitude for our courage here. So you can do full camel or half camel. I do half because my shoulders don't work that well. On an inhale, we raise one arm or the other, doesn't matter. Okay, keep the shoulders down. You can come up on your toes to raise your heels a little bit. Now, obviously, if you're in full camel, you are really showing your vulnerability here. And it takes a certain kind of feeling to not feel so vulnerable that you want to get out of camel as soon as you can. Okay? So when we let go on an inhale, we're going to rotate the arm forward. Find gratitude for courage to face our challenges. Let's go with the other arm now. If you're doing full camel, maybe take a break and then come back again. I might try. The right arm is a little, no, can't do it. Okay, so try to align your body, open up the heart. We are extending the spine backwards again. Please don't raise your face to the ceiling. The highest I would go is the junction between the ceiling and the wall. And coming up, bring that arm all the way around, or both your arms. And then spreading the knees to the side of the mat or keeping them close. I like to spread mine out. Fold into yourself. Counter that back bend with a forward bend. Rounding the back, folding right into yourself. Maybe coming down and giving a literal or a virtual kiss to Mother Earth. Grateful for her beauty and her support. Let yourself take a couple of breaths. Again, bowing down and surrendering. Doesn't mean giving up. It just means letting go of the ego, letting go of things that don't serve us, rolling right off our backs, the crown of our head to the floor, brushing away everything that doesn't serve. Coming up, bringing the knees together, placing the hands out. They don't have to be under your shoulders because we're going to bring the tops of our thighs. Oh, yeah. Another counter stretch to child's pose. Flexion of the lumbar spine. Isometrics for the arms. Feel the abdominal muscles stretch. Feel the abdominal muscles stretch. And then if you want, you can come down even a little further. Bring your hands under your shoulders. This time, instead of an ab stretch, we're going to focus on cobra. So that means our pubic bone is down on the mat. And with an inhale, we're raising up. We can't really go that high because we're keeping our pubic bone on the mat. Really great isometrics for the arms here, but let your legs soften. This is all about the arms and the spine. Let your legs soften, look at the floor. And again, pushing back, coming back into child's pose, folding into yourself, breathing into the back, maybe honoring Mother Earth again. Bring the third eye chakra, the area between the eyebrows to the mat. And just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. And coming on to one hip or the other. And coming right down to the back. Okay. Okay, so this is where, in a couple of poses, this is where we're going to need our our blocks. Let's see. I'm going to use a block of a spongy pillow and you got to have two like blocks or, you know, a rolled up towel or something for one for each leg. Okay. But first, we're going to come down on our back and we're going to flatten your back. Make sure your shoulders are nice and anchored. Flatten your back on the mat. Let it spread out. Feels so good. Bring both knees up. Flex the feet. Wrap your arms around the knees. Give yourself a big old hug. Bring those thighs right into the belly. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Big belly breaths now. Giving the abdominal organs a nice squeeze and soak. Feet flexed. And bring those legs down gently. Now this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a supported Baddha Konasana, okay, bound angle. So I'm going to take a block because I want to elevate my pillow a little bit. So I'm going to elevate the head of the pillow so that you can't really see. Let me move this. Okay. So that's a little bit angled. If you got something, oh, maybe I can I'll put it on the second level. There we go. Now it's nice and angled. And I'm going to lay down against it. I hope it doesn't move. All right. Now, cool. So the soles of the feet together. One prop under the right thigh, one prop under the left. Okay, this pillow's not very, okay? Because we don't want to be using our muscles. We want to trust the props, okay? And you can stay here for Shavasana if you want, okay? We got some twists, but you could go back to this in Shavasana. So our shoulders are elevated. Arms are out to the sides, anywhere that's comfortable with the palms up. Again, receiving energy from the universe. For those of you who have never experienced true restorative yoga, there's nothing like it. It's even, I mean, yin is pretty, it's closer than regular asana yoga. But try and again, surrender. Allowing the experience to unfold just the way it's supposed to. Bringing your attention to your legs and letting them soften onto the props. My back feels very supported, even by this flimsy pillow and a yoga block. Feeling a passive stretch in the inner thighs. Couple rounds of breath here. Just seal in your gratitude. Fill your body up. Fill your mind up with gratitude. Feel your belly go rise and fall. Now, I think I'll stay here for the rest of the day. And then reluctantly, but gently, moving your props for now. Okay. And let's come back down on our backs. Bring the knees to 90. Flex the feet. Bring your legs over to one side or the other. It doesn't matter which side. Okay. So I have my legs over to the left. My left hand is on my right thigh. Both shoulders on the mat. That's how we're getting the twist here. Don't crank your head back. Either look up at this time you can look up at the ceiling. That's an okay thing. Or you can look out at the outstretched arm, one or the other. If your arm doesn't feel comfortable out there, don't put it out there. Find a comfortable space. Couple rounds of breath right here. Breathe right into the side of the body. And on your next inhale, bring your legs to center, maybe a hand on each knee, very lightly, gently, rocking the whole body now from side to side. Getting the head, the shoulders, the buttocks, the low back. Oh, so grateful for hard wooden floor. Of course, I got a rug here too. And the floor is creaking. I just wonder what my landlord downstairs thinks I'm doing up here. Okay, let's come to center. Again, bring those legs out to 90 feet, flex, bring them to the other side now. Nice and gently. If your legs don't make it to the floor, who cares? Put a pillow or a blanket or a block or something down there. And with every exhale, soften into the pose. It's not about getting your knees down to the floor. It's about the twist. Our spine, for whatever reason, I guess because it does increase the space, loves to be twisted. Well, we want to be gentle with it. So again, eyes up to the ceiling or eyes out to the outstretched hand. 2 rounds of breath right here. On your next inhale, bring those legs up. We're going to do something for contrast now. Bring the soles of your feet together. Okay, so this is without any props. Okay, so this is the pose that we did with the props. I definitely felt more comfortable and more supported. You make your own judgments. But in this pose, we're softening, opening the heart. Maybe you want to close your eyes and just imagine your body like honey that's warmed up that just flows and spreads. Allow the floor to support you. Really surrender and let go here. You're safe. It's a safe space, protected space. And then bringing the knees together. Again, just hugging the legs in, flexing the feet, giving yourself a hug. Maybe you want to rock from side to side. And then choosing a comfortable and supported position for your final meditation for Shavasana. Feel grateful for yourself. Feel gratitude radiating out from yourself. Settling yourself on the mat. I'm going to come closer to the camera. Got a meditation I want to read. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Closing the eyes and softening onto your mat. Finding compassion and gratitude for your own journey, for all of your strengths and all of your struggles. Feel compassion and gratitude for all beings everywhere, wishing them health, happiness, and ease on their journeys as well as your own. As your body presses into the earth, feel the earth lifting you back up. Feel gratitude for that solid space under you. Recognize and feel gratitude for areas in your life where you have solid support from someone or something. Feel gratitude for your family and friends. for your community. Let your heart expand to include your family, friends, and community. Allow your hips to soften and relax, rocking them back and forth, side to side, to release any tension if that feels right today. Feel gratitude for your creative mind, for your dreams and desires. Feel gratitude for our food, for your sense of self that defines who you are and allows you to serve the world in your special way. Relax your shoulders and soften your arms all the way down to your fingertips. Swallow and relax your jaw. Feel gratitude for the connection that makes you whole and complete. Feel a deep sense of peace and commitment and contentment surrounding you. Gently breathing in and out. Let's start bringing some awareness back into the body. Start deepening your breath, making gentle movements, getting ready for your day, whatever that's going to bring today. If you want to stay in your final meditation pose, that's perfectly okay. But maybe some of us making our way to a seated position. Count your blessings with every breath. Become aware a few minutes, inhaling and exhaling all of the blessings and exhaling the limitations. I must say about gratitude that I'm extremely grateful for my yoga community, for my friends and family, for all of you. Let's take a breath, gathering fresh energy from the universe, bringing our hands again into Anjali Mudra, cradling that little bird, and bowing. Namaste. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Bye, guys. See you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I wish you had recorded that one. That was fabulous.
I did record it. It'll be on the YouTube channel later today.
I love it, Kathy.
Yep.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey,
Thank you, Kathy.
you're welcome. Thanks for coming, guys.
Okay, appreciate that.
And I appreciate the clarification on the eagle.
I know. I told Annie, I said, I don't know. So I'm going to research it once and for all because, so I made sure, like I went to a couple different, like I went to Yoga International and a couple different places, and they all said, if you're standing on your right leg, then the right arm, it's easy to remember. So the right arm goes on top. So we finally solved that mystery.
Yes. Oh, hey, Kathy.
Hey, honey. Kathy Mendoza. Hey, Kathy, is your daughter still here?
I miss you all.
Missed you, Barbie.
We miss you. And Queen. Kathy, you look fabulous. That was the best class for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I enjoyed putting it together and I enjoyed delivering it. So thank you.
It was great. Thank you so much.
Hey,
I'll see you later.
Okay, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have lunch, another lunch with a friend. See you later.
Kathy, I had a question about YouTube.
I'm sorry?
I had a question.
Yeah.
I had a question about the YouTube URL and signing up your numbers. I had received an email a while back and I didn't really understand. So I don't know what you're asking us to do to get your numbers to 100.
Okay, so if you go to, you have to be signed in order to subscribe to a channel. So do you use YouTube a lot?
No, I have used it occasionally, but I don't use it regularly. So I don't know if I'm a subscriber.
Well, no, you're not. You would know. Okay, so if you go to YouTube and you look up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, it should tell you if you're signed in or not. Like after I go to YouTube, I look up in the upper right-hand corner, and if I see the K there, you can click on it with your mouse or you touch it if you're using an iPad or something like that, and it should tell you if you're logged in or not.
Logged
into YouTube. Okay, so you should have a
because I've done to YouTube.
Yeah.
I've done Walk Away Pounds a couple times on YouTube. I haven't done any of the yoga on YouTube. I'd like to help you.
I know, right? It's kind of hard to explain, but you have to be logged in to subscribe to a channel. It doesn't mean you can't watch it, but in order to subscribe to it, you have to be logged in. So that's the challenge.
Something about logging in.
Yeah. If you click on your indicate, it's sort of the indication of your account. It should give you, let me see, hang on one second. Okay, so I'm on YouTube.